Okay, welcome back to Hindustan Astrology. I'm Katya, and in this very special episode of Interviews with the Gurus, I have back, of course, my mentor, Dr. Santhip Kanholy from India. Thank you so much for joining. And today's special guest is Emery Smith. Now, Emery is, how do I say it up in one sentence? He is somebody.
I'm a regular guy with a regular dog, and that's it. I'm
You
just
are
like
a
everyone
U.S.
else.
veteran, my dear, and thank you so much for your service. I'm so grateful to you for sacrificing your time and energy for this country, first of all. Second of all, he has had the experience of doing alien autopsies on tissue as well as actual ET bodies.
Oh my God.
And he's finally able to talk about this. Now, he has several shows on Gaia TV, and he's actually the host of Cosmic Disclosure now. And he does another show. What's the new one called with Randy Vertenheimer?
Oh, it's
Undisclosed.
Undisclosed.
Yes. I mean, you've got, what, 4 shows now, I think, on Gaia?
Yeah,
So
of course. I don't know. I lost track a long time ago.
So he's got over 350 videos on GaiaTV.com. So if you guys are interested in finding out more about Emery, you can go there. Oh, yes. And this is the ET corpse that they found in, the Atacama Desert?
Yeah, that is correct.
And that's the film you did with Dr. Stephen Greer.
Yeah, I filmed the whole thing. Yeah.
It's just unbelievable. And he's so incredibly full of information, you guys. And he's also a good friend of mine. And I thought, what better person to have on here and talk to us about today's topic, which is the Rendlesham Forest UFO event.
You won't believe it. You won't believe it.
In the UK. And the date was December 26th. 1980, and the time we have is 3 a.m. And so I thought it would be good for just Emery to, open up, tell us about Rendlesham, tell us some stuff, because there's, some basic things.
The craft came in, and can you hand me my? Yeah. Can you hand me that, please? Yeah. So it don't take up that much time.
Sure.
Because I ramble on a little bit, and please intervene, guys, because
no, you go right ahead.
I get a little out of control with my protein shakes. Yeah, they came, they warned us. It was a pyramid. What's funny is people don't understand, like, when craft come in, people judge like craft by their 3D visualization, and you can't do that because there is no size when there's no time or interdimensional displacement, I'll say. Interdimensional displacement. Before getting into another physics course of 70 million hours, they saw the craft. They actually, the military people, people came out of the craft and said, hey, if you don't stop doing this, we're not going to exist. You got me?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep. And so,
and honestly, in a nutshell, without going into like 72 hours of debriefing with you guys, we need to stop making nuclear bombs to kill each other because we're not going to exist in the future. but obviously we do because you're here telling us that, and you were once us.
There we are, Namita.
Bam, bam. Guess what? We exist, we will survive, and it's done. That's it. You know, it's still weird because I still have a problem of like analyzing my own thing with it, because it's like, all right, you guys warned us, you told me, you know, what to expect, but why did you warn us? Because we're still here. All right, hit me. Tell me. You can help me. You can help me with that question. I don't know.
So some of the things that stood out about this event.
I was asking.
Santhip, okay. No, it's very interesting. Yeah, we can hear you.
Explain that to me, because I'm a studier of ancient Sanskrit and other stuff, but it's like, how did we come back and just warn us not to do that?
Right. Well, definitely in astrology there are, you know, we acknowledge the existence of superior beings. We call them as devas. You know, that's what happens. But we don't know who the devas are. Yeah. So the devas supposedly could actually, like how you said, could actually be ourselves in the future. You know, we never know. That could have been the case as well. But it's very interesting, specifically with this Rendlesham incident, for sure. I think what Katya was trying to just say was that for someone who hasn't heard about this incident, even I myself, I wasn't familiar about this Rendlesham incident, you know, until Katya told me about it. I knew about Roswell, of course. I mean, there was a TV show about it, so that was easy. But then, you know, with the Rendlesham incident, what was interesting, just to help out the viewers also to understand, was that there was a craft that I believe the cops found out, or there was light initially, and I think there was some light which and Katya, you can help me out here as well. So like there was some light which the cops found out, and then, you know, I think someone actually went in and touched the craft, if I'm not mistaken.
So next to Rendlesham Forest is RAF Bentwaters, which is a U.S. military base. And so these, you know, Jim Penniston, John Burroughs, I forget the third guy's name, they were on duty at the time, and they're the ones on the base that saw it in the forest. And the thing that... Go ahead.
No, go, Katya. You're perfectly online. Go.
I just wanted to say, the thing that tells us that it was us from the future coming back is that when Jim Penniston, he actually went to touch it, he got this download of binary code, and then anyone that was around it got radiation sickness. And the US government closed their medical files for years, wouldn't let them see it. And so what I've heard is that the radiation that coming off of craft is our craft. It's not from another, you know, civilization, because they don't have, that's why they want us to stop the radiation that comes off of nuclear bombs. So why on earth would they have a craft that produces radiation, you see? So
no. It's what?
It's very clearly us from the future.
Oh, it is us for sure. We're our own demise. But at the same time, we have salvation, and it's like we gotta just like get our shit together. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean to swear.
That's okay. That's all right.
I'm on a time limit. Seriously.
Well, let's go ahead and pull up the chart. And then as Santhip's talking about stuff, it's gonna...
Yeah, tell me, Santhip, and tell me about the charts, because you know what? I can answer your questions all day long.
Sure.
But I can't.
Sure. That's easy. That's great, Emery. I'm glad to have you here. To be frank, because what is interesting about
Yeah,
this?
it's an honor. It's an honor. It's an honor to be here with you. So thank you.
Well, likewise, Emery. So what is interesting about Rendlesham's chart? I think, Katya, you have another chart. All right, yeah. So I think
Yeah, but go ahead.
so in Vedic astrology, what usually we do is that there is something in which we look at the chart when the event was happening, right? And that's what we are looking at here with the Rendlesham's forest incident chart. So it happened at 3 a.m. when the first sighting was reported. So you can see in this chart, right? What interestingly it shows is that you have the ascendant, which is kind of indicating how the event is gonna play out, is actually linked with some kind of travel. The ascendant is rising in the lunar mansion or the nakshatra of Swati, which is connected with the god of the wind. So usually god of the wind is associated with travel. Now what is fascinating is that Swati is a very interesting nakshatra or lunar mansion as far as astrology is concerned, because a lot of planetary influences are present here. One is that Sun is the planet of ourself, or the government also is considered to be debilitated here. Is supposed to have a weak point here. Saturn, the planet of time, is actually considered to be exalted here. So you have this kind of a time travel kind of element just from Swati as well. So that's a very fascinating. So
what do you think?
So one possibility definitely exists there. There is an element of travel, but definitely there is an element of time as well. So I would say that definitely there's a potential in which some hidden kind of secrets were revealed. Now what was interesting also is that now the way, like what Katya was describing, how that gentleman touched the craft, and that's how we got the information. So I'm curious about that, Emery. So like, what do you think?
Yeah.
So how is that? What was that all about?
About the time frame, right?
The binary code.
Yeah, the binary code, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. The binary code. Yes. Yeah.
Because if it wasn't downloaded to those 7 people that were there that witnessed it, remember, witness.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And they came forward, and they're all dead now. But
except for 2.
They spoke the truth, and the truth. Anyway, the code is this. The code is, frequency, you already know this, right? Form before sound, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right.
So
we had to initiate the form before everything sound before form. We had to initiate the frequency of the message to make it happen in reality, and that's what happened.
Fascinating.
So those were like the instructions for them to time travel and come.
Yes, absolutely.
This message, and so what he was seeing, what was
it's your children's that came back to rescue us.
Wow.
That's interesting. Very interesting. Because what is interesting with this chart is that the sound part which you mentioned, the Ketu, the planet of the south node, which is used in Vedic astrology. Ketu is actually in a lunar mansion called as Shravana. Shravana is actually linked with listening or hearing. So you're supposed to listen to a hidden message, and Ketu is a shadow planet, so you don't see what the influence of Ketu is. So it's like you are almost hearing from the other side.
You speak my language.
Yep, that's it. So
but no one else understands that language. I'm going for the green.
Yeah, no, go for it. And Mars is sitting there too. So military, that's the thing.
Mm-hmm. No, they're bad. No. He knows that. No. That's bad.
Yeah. So Mars is definitely a player there. So you could see how the event had this, this roles played by the military, the cops who came to visit and so forth. But yeah, it's not great. You can see that.
How do we teach them? How do we teach everyone that, though, is what I'm saying? Because I can talk about it, you can talk about it, Katya can talk about it, but no one listens because it's a very deep understanding of consciousness. And that's where's the spork, Katya?
Don't you dare. So it's a hidden joke, sorry. So basically, I mean, the thing about Shravana is that people have to remember is that, yes, it's the star of listening in its positive aspect. The negative side is not listening, you know?
Yep. Yep.
And
yeah, but when you got like 90%.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, that's the thing. People don't want to listen to the military message. What blows me away about this chart, first of all, we've got a Kala-Sarpa Yoga, which means all the planets are between Rahu and Ketu. Okay, these are the eclipse points, right? This is the north node of the moon. This is the south.
Just for this alignment for the next 30 days, though.
Well, yes, but actually, you know, the moon is going in and out of Kala-Sarpa Yoga. It's been going on longer than that. Actually, it was going on back.
Then teach me.
But Kala-Sarpa Yoga, when it happens, it means that the events that take place during that time are fated, destined. Things are more intense. And it can be what's called a dosh or a Kala-Sarpa dosh, which means it's a negative kind of outcome of this. Like a yoga is just
there's no positive and there's no negative.
Well, it's more like the negatives are out.
Let me put it in objective terms. Kala-Sarpa translates as serpent of time yoga. So there's a serpent of time that is actually being activated in this chart in Rendlesham's event. It's very fascinating because we are still talking about it right now, 40 years later, you know. So there's definitely a very strong energetic imprint with respect to that. Now, what is also fascinating is that one of the heads of the serpent, which is the head of a dragon set or Rahu, is actually in the constellation or lunar mansion of the Nagas. And Nagas are mystical beings. They are supposed to live underground. You know, they are extremely rich within the Vedic mythology pantheon. They hold a lot of secrets. They also hold knowledge of very powerful weapons as well. So it's very fascinating to see how, you know, this warning could have been actually be about nuclear weapons, you know, and definitely that seems to have been the case. Of course, you know, we haven't what do you say? I mean, rest of humanity is still waking up to it. But
right. Hey, a little poke. Hey, wake the protein shake up.
But here's another thing, you guys. Look, okay, so Ashlesha deity are the Nagas, and when you have a Kala-Sarpa Yoga and either Rahu or Ketu are in this placement, it makes it even stronger, okay? Because it's with the snake sign.
It enforces it, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And here's the thing. This day, exact Jupiter-Saturn conjunction. It only happens every 20 years, and it only happens every 120 years in the same sign. So, okay, so what happened 120 years before this? Well, it was 1900. Electricity was coming out, right? The modern era was starting. I mean, I'm sure if I looked up that year, we would see some very interesting things that happened when
it was 1895. But go ahead.
Okay. And here's the thing: having it in Hasta, which is the hands, indicates, you know, when he touched the craft, that's when he got the binary code download, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's seen from here.
Correct. That is correct.
And right now, we've got a Saturn-Jupiter conjunction this year in another Earth sign.
It's the same? The same time, Katya?
Here, let me show you.
I'm sorry, Katya. It's for my own thing. It's the same alignment?
No. Yes, similar alignment, yeah. Saturn-Jupiter conjunction, yes.
Yeah, so right now. So
really?
So here's today.
Oh my God.
And we've got Saturn Jupiter retrograde conjunct right now.
I'm talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
You just told me it's the same alignment, correct?
Well, it's a Saturn Jupiter conjunction in an Earth sign.
Well, that's the same alignment. That's exactly what happened back then.
Yep. That's correct. Right. Yes.
So what happens when you have it in an Earth sign is that it's all of the authorities, it's the material stuff, it's the hegemony, all of
exactly.
Earth are being activated right now. So
yeah, but I didn't make that correlation until you just told me. So thank you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, right now it's in Capricorn, but still, I mean, that's it's going to be December 20th of this year. It will be an exact conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn.
Everyone think we're batshit crazy talking about this right now.
Yeah. And here at the fulcrum, at the middle point of this Kala Sarpa Yoga, we have Pluto, which indicates mafia, hidden power, right?
Yeah.
And also it's the power of the small. And guess what else is very small and powerful? Nuclear weapons, nuclear energy, right?
No, it has to do with that. Oh my gosh.
And so here it is right in the middle. And then if we go over here and we take a look at, hold on a second.
Oh my
Take a look at the UK's chart.
No, don't even incorporate that.
But check this.
Listen, I'm done with them. I've helped them for 3 months. I'm done. I already told them, don't call me.
Okay, but check this out, Emery. Look at this. On the day of Rendlesham, Pluto was in Libra at the middle of this Kala Sarpa Yoga, and it's opposite all of these planets in Aries in the UK chart. You see that?
I know. I already know what's going on with it.
So we know, we know that they're behind this, in other words. Yeah. And also, and also just, to compare it to Roswell, the Roswell chart is very similar to the United States chart.
It's exactly the same. It's almost exactly the same. Could you agree?
Yeah.
I ran the chart. Trust me.
And that's because, though, when we finally found out about Roswell, or at least when they found the debris, it was July 7th. Yeah. But I think it was more like 2 or 3 before that. So
yes, correct.
So that would be the real chart, was when the actual crash happened. But anyway, I just thought it was interesting.
They're really smart. You guys got it. So what do you want to know? You already know everything. What do you want to know?
So Emery, I myself was curious about
come on, Santhip. You know already everything. What?
No.
What do you want to know?
Information. You know things about the event that we don't know. And also you're more, knowledgeable.
You confirmed everything and you're fine. You guys are on the right track and it's all good. It's like
but Emery, I was curious about
So what?
So I was curious, like what if the message part specifically? Because what is interesting with this chart is also this message. You have this planet of message, which is Mercury. Mercury is actually in a hidden kind of a placement called as Moola. So So it's almost like you have this secretive kind of a message being passed on. And I think from what you were saying before was that the message came from our own future generations, and perhaps so I was curious, like what do you think could have been the actual message? It could have been against about nuclear weapons. What else could have been the message? That's what I'm trying to speculate on also.
Right. This right here.
No. You did not ask the question correctly. The speculation is what messed it up. So tell me, ask me a question. Ask me the question, and I will answer you truthfully.
What was the message that the aliens were trying to pass on to us?
Don't call them aliens, because that's like calling someone.
Right. Calling our relative aliens. Yeah.
Extraterrestrials, please. Because
Sure.
When you call someone an alien, it's like calling someone the N word.
Sure.
You know.
Sure. Okay.
It's not.
So what were the message?
But
what were the messages?
You got it. Hit it. You did it. Go.
So what were the message? What was the message that was being passed on by the extraterrestrials through this event?
Because you already know this, but I'm going to tell you anyway. I got you.
Sure.
But at the same time, we have to be respectful. When I meet an extraterrestrial, I don't use pop culture terms about aliens and all that, because
right.
You know what? They're you and me.
Right.
From a time that's a little bit more advanced than us.
Right. Yes.
And we have to be respectful of that, and we have to be,
right.
like, come on, in Sanskrit, what they teach us. Come on. We have to be.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. Right, definitely.
But these I don't want to swear.
Sure, yeah.
But these humans and these United States of Americans are not educated about that. And I've been around the world in third world countries all my life. They don't understand about respect, about that. And you know what I'm talking about, sir?
Yes.
Especially from India.
Yep.
But I can't enforce that on someone from a political government who wants me to lie to the world about something that didn't happen in the Gulf of Mexico.
Right.
And I won't do it. And I don't care about the agenda. And that's why they're trying to kill me. So it's like, I can't. I can't lie about whatever someone else's agenda is, because I've been in a place of love and light that you and I have both been in. And I thank you for that. And I thank you, Katya, for this conversation. But at the same time, I will knock you the fuck out. And they're scared of me, because what do I do? I talk a lot of, they hate it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'll entertain what you're trying to do to make the mission better for the planet, but I'm not going to lie. I won't. Nope.
Ah!
Isn't that cool? I got it at Goodwill for $10. But
It's interesting.
All the stuff they wanted to hide. That's the thing. It's like at that time in 1980, you know, people weren't talking about UFOs and, you know,
oh my God. Hey, everyone's talking about it, but who, Katya? I'm sorry. Every freaking country has released their UFO files except for one. Who's that? United States of America.
That's right.
And that's not right. That's wrong.
Because we got the most information.
You know, even in the Rendlesham case, you know what? It's not right because they suppress those poor kids. I call them kids. Mm-hmm. I'm 50 years old, but I call them kids because, you know, I call them kids. Because,
yeah, well, they were, what, 21, 25 years old when they were there.
Come on. And it's like, don't harass them. They told the truth. They filled out the right reports. I'm a security officer. I know how to fill out, you know, okay, all good. But it wasn't right because they misled the world. That's what I don't like about it.
Right.
And that is false accusations and false deployment of a fear factor that does not exist. But you know what? They're still alive and they still talk and they're still speaking the truth. So whatever. Like we are. So.
And Jim Penniston just released a book, you guys.
Who?
Jim Penniston, one of the guys that was a witness and was there. He was just on Fade to Black with Jimmy the other night. The Rendlesham Enigma is what it's called. And you can get it on Kindle. Actually, it was a free book. But yeah, and it's like it's 24, almost 25,000 words. So
yeah, it's fascinating, Emery. I just had to add this, you know, what you mentioned. A couple of things. It's fascinating from an astrological analysis point of view. One is that you said there were kids who were involved, and you can see that because Ketu, the planet South Node, is in Shravan Nakshatra, which is actually linked with dwarfs or children. You know?
Yeah.
There's a children kind of karma there. And the other interesting thing which you very fascinatingly said was that of karma of having misled people.
Yeah.
And Moon being in this constellation of Magha, which is the royalty constellation. But Moon is carrying this deceptive energy because Moon is linked with the same, the dragon's head energy, which is considered to be a mystical kind of thing. So there is this karma in which the masses were misled, which played out from this event. It's a very fascinating thing when you share that like that. And
but
you could see
how can I talk about that publicly without being chastised or being, you know, I got you know, I got all these.
Yep, that's true. The public kind of now. What is fascinating? Why are we even able to talk about it right now? So because the planet of time, Saturn, is literally going over Ketu in this chart. So it's like in the same sign as.
Yeah, but you see all my degrees, you see all my legitimacy, and everyone knows about my 350 patents. It's like, and still, I got to deal. Listen, I will not entertain insanity. I won't.
Yeah.
I won't. No. I won't entertain. I can't do it.
we
have to speak the truth. And Katya knows more than anything that I'm going through right now. Forget it. But at the same time, I'm not going to go there. It's not about me. It's about you know, why, you know, we're all here to help, you know. You guys volunteered here. You know what? The next mission, you better pick a better, cuter place or something. I can't do this.
I know. I'm like, why am I here on Earth with all this flora and fauna that make my allergies?
You guys, it's like you're my best friends and you booked this for me. No, I'm not taking this freaking ride. No. What did you guys, what were you thinking?
Yeah. Yeah. This planet's
What were you?
What were we all thinking when
seriously? You're my brother, you're my sister, but you know what? No, I didn't. I can't believe I trusted you to book this trip to the Bahamas.
Yeah, right. And here we are in the middle of wars after war.
And now you're asking me for the questions. Great. Thank you. I love you. Thank you. Love you. Praise you.
Right.
Right? Hey, Santhip.
I'm curious, Emery, if the, do you think the government or the authorities are at a point where perhaps in the future the truth about this incident can come forth? Do you think that that is ever possible?
Santhip, can you? I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I have the worst internet connection. I cannot.
Right. So I was just curious, Emery, that do you think that the truth about this incident will come out in the future? The truth about
which
what
incident?
the Rendlesham incident. Perhaps from the authority figures, like will they?
Out. It's already out. The truth is out. It's already happened.
Right.
Hey, look at the over 50. Everyone who's listening, over 50 files have been filed over that, and it has been justified. And I personally, affirmation complete. Inside joke. 50.
Wow.
It's already. I'm telling you, the ETs came in a triangular craft. They came out. They told us, "Hey, you stop doing this. If you don't, we don't exist anymore." Why? That's what messes me up, because how did you come back and tell me to not do? It's like, hey, Emery, don't eat chocolate anymore.
Right.
Emery, don't eat cilantro anymore. I love cilantro. I eat it all day long. Sorry. It's kind of weird. I know it's awkward. Hey. All right, now you know 2 secrets about me. You can't don't repeat that. Anyway, no chocolate, no cilantro. I know you ate chocolate, cilantro, and you're not allowed to eat chocolate or cilantro anymore, because we will not exist.
Right.
You're my great grandchild, probably. Right. But how did you know that?
Right. It's crazy. It's interesting.
It's crazy. Trust me, I've been through this beyond Rendlesham Forest. I've done this 6 times already. I can't deal with it. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm going to eat cilantro.
And we keep using nuclear weapons, and that's the problem, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right?
We're a threat to the state for. Okay. All right. You ready? We're a threat for the state for one timeline, and there's many timelines. And that's how I figured it out. I was like, okay, we got all these time, and that's how I knew when I figured it out, that's classified, by the way. I'm not supposed to talk about this. Where's Raven?
Right.
All right. There's multiple timelines of we can.
Right. Definitely there are multiple timelines.
Agent Shasta doing his pork. I'm done.
Every time he talks about multi-dimensions today, we got cut off.
Yep.
But
hey,
you understand what I'm saying. What I'm saying is,
Yes.
yeah, that's one probability, okay?
Exactly.
It's not
Yep.
a real probability. I'm not scared of it because I know you can't kill me. You cannot kill me. Try to kill me. You kill my dog, you kill my mom, you kill my dad, you killed my best friend, you killed my 2 girlfriends. Come on, bring it. Kill me.
Yep.
You can't. You
you're
cannot
definitely
kill
supposed
me.
to be here, Emery. You're definitely supposed to help everyone. Yeah.
You can't kill me. You know why? Because I love cilantro.
And chocolates, right? Yeah. That's interesting. Yeah, that's fascinating. It's a completely fascinating event. Definitely. I think definitely there's a lot of hidden agenda.
Hey, look at this jungle juice.
Nice. Sweet. Wow.
He gets it.
Yeah.
You don't want to mess with me on this. Trust me.
Yeah.
This is worse than Emery on Ormus. You put Emery on Ormus with this. You know why? I love you, man. Sorry about the cilantro.
Yeah, that's a very interesting way to put it. Let me just put it that way. But I think that puts the message directly across, though. That very, very straightforward, very direct is the best way to put that. To be frank.
Hey, and who gets that? Who even understands that? No one knows.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I can't even talk about it, man.
Yeah.
2.5 billion people survive in India. 7.5 billion people control the earth. 2.5 billion are in India. Are you in India? Are you in India?
Yeah.
Yeah, and what? No one listens to me.
Yeah. That's true. I think it's interesting. I think, astrological, I can say, as far as the Rendlesham incident is concerned, usually you can expect some kind of secrets to come forth around after 44 years from the event. And really, there will be a big... and then I can say one more thing is that after 48 years from now, we are at the 40-year point right now. 4 years from now, something regard to the Rendlesham incident can come forth. 8 years from now, something with regard to Rendlesham incident can come forth again. I can say definitely this upcoming year, one big secret with regard to Rendlesham incident can come forth again. I can say that because Saturn will be transiting over Ketu, Jupiter will be there with Saturn, and like what Katya was talking about, the Saturn-Jupiter conjunction happening in Capricorn. You can see that conjunction is going to happen on top of Mars and Ketu here. So yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see, just watch out for what's going to happen next year, 4 years from now, and then 8 years from now. I think at that point there can be some really interesting events to watch out for. So, but hopefully the message which Emery has been trying to share, that comes through as well.
You said freedom. You said freedom.
Yep, freedom, exactly that. I think that's what it comes down to in the end. This chart is also completely about freedom.
Yeah, but
freedom. Yeah.
Personal question.
Sure. Yeah. Okay, Katya, anything you would like to add, Katya?
I don't think think so. I mean, I think we went over everything. Yeah, I think we've pretty much covered it.
Sweet.
Yeah, so let me turn off the share. Okay. Well, Emery, thank you so much for joining us today and giving us some more background on the event and, you know, how everything fits together because, you know, like Santhip said, a lot of people don't know about Rendlesham. They know about Roswell, but Roswell really was a series of like 18 different crashes, according to Chief Golden Light Eagle, you know, and it happened over several days. I mean, it wasn't like, you know, this one thing, but Rendlesham was a one-time event. It was 1980, and it was something that was, you know, I mean, it's just, you can't dispute any of the things that have come out about it. And so I think people really need to understand what's going on, how these things tie together. And yeah, I'm so grateful that you've been here with us. And anything else you want to say? He's got a delay.
Oh yeah, no. I'm just so thankful that you guys put this, that you guys actually put this together, and I got you. I got you. I'll send it to you tomorrow, okay? FedEx. FedEx is still working, by the way. But you know what? You ain't getting my cilantro.
Emery's very excited. Yes,
Can you guys hear me?
Huh?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, cool.
All right. Well, let's close, and I'll, you know, stop the recording now. And I want to thank you guys so much.
Yep. Thank you.
Okay.